Hey, 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 hey. Should we put some incense on tonight, I think? Put some incense on. This is frankincense and myrrh, which is probably I think it's probably my favorite type of incense, favorite blend. Very good for raising your frequency, opening up your consciousness, connecting to higher realms of consciousness. So yes, one of my favorites. I think I need some fresh water in my jar. I'll be 2 seconds. Oh, nobody on yet. Always takes a few minutes for people to find me when they're flicking through the feed and what have you, and then they see this strange man on the screen and think, "Oh, what's he all about? Let's go and have a look. Let's go and have a look and see. Have a gander. Let's have a goosey gander. See what he's all about." Right. So I was doing this painting earlier, and I need to find a picture of a poppy. Poppy pictures. Mimi, hi! Hey, 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 hey. Oh, that's a nice one. Yeah, fairly round, aren't they? Round and upwards. Yeah, can do that. We can do that. Easy, easy peasy. Angela Greensleeves, hi. Welcome, 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 welcome. I'm just getting myself kind of sorted out and set up and what have you. I haven't got my microphone in today because my phone's on charge, so I tend to do my lives from the phone. It's a lot easier rather than having a laptop and clunking about. But doing a bit of painting. We're still on with the dog painting. But hi, thank you for the loves, thank you for the love hearts, thank you for the likes, the thumbs up already. I've hardly said anything, so thank you for being here. Yeah, art, painting, the language of the soul. Who here is an artist, who's into art, who likes to paint, who likes to draw, who likes to create, who likes to write music? Because art covers so many different spectrums. It's not just obviously it's not just drawing and painting. There's many different forms of art, as I'm sure we know. But yeah, who here is an artist, a crafter, a doer, a creator, a manifester? Angela Greensleeves, hi again. How is everybody? Where's everybody from? Where's everybody tuning in from? Let me know. Let me know where you're from. Fish Bob, Southampton in England. How is Southampton? How's Southampton doing? How's the weather there? Because we were supposed to have that storm Benjamin or whatever, weren't we, today? And I think Benjamin's buggered off because nothing's really happened. There's a little bit of a breeze here, but nothing like they were banging on about on the weather. Yellow warnings and all that malarkey. It's all right. Good. So what's everyone been up to? How's your day been? What have you been up to? What have you been doing? What do you do? I haven't been on a live on this time for quite a while. It tends to, like the last few lives I've done have been on a morning about 11 a.m. So I thought, you know what? I'll go on a little bit later and see who's about. Are you going back to Spain? You're going back to Spain tomorrow? Go and get some Spanish sunshine. It rained really hard for 5 minutes. Well, there we go. That was it then, eh? Over and done with in 5 minutes. So much for Storm Benjamin. I mean, we were scheduled to have rain from 5 o'clock in the morning till 5 o'clock in the evening, and we've not really had any. There was a little bit this morning when I walked the dogs. Nothing major, nothing major. Natural Gee, hello, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. So if you're new here, if you're new to the live, if you've never been to the channel before, then welcome to the live. If you don't know who I am, then my name's Ian. And as you might have gathered by all the stuff that's around me, I am an artist as well, but I'm also a Reiki practitioner, Reiki teacher, and also a meditation teacher. I also practice EFT, hypnotherapy, Indian head massage, and I'm also a personal trainer. So full mind, body, spirit coach. Mind and body coach, I suppose you might want to use that term these days. That term gets bandied about quite a lot now, doesn't it? The term life coach, or a coach of some description or whatever. But if that's the term that we use and that's the term we use, I don't know. I'm just trying to help people find themselves once again. Kal Karan, hello Ian. I'm from Myanmar. I'm English but live in Burma. Oh, Burma. Wow, I've never spoke to someone from Burma before. Welcome to the live. Welcome, welcome. Burma, South America, isn't it? South America, Burma? I'm trying to think of where it is. I think it's South America. Do correct me if I'm wrong. But I think it's around about there. So yeah, on this channel you find a bit of all sorts really. I've got various playlists from meditations that I've made and done, hypnotherapy sessions, some with clients and some that I've created for the channel, Reiki sessions, live Reiki sessions. Obviously a lot of live that I've been doing. I'm trying to go live more regularly to connect with more viewers one-to-one in a more authentic way. Yeah, things about spirituality, spiritual development, bit of tarot reading. There's a bit of all sorts on here, really. A little bit of all sorts. Oh, Asia, between India, Thailand, and China. Burma. Well, what am I thinking of? Where am I thinking of? Yeah, yeah, Burma, yeah, of course. Oh, I'm thinking that other country that begins with, I'm sure it begins with a B. It's in South America. But yeah, Burma, because Burma is part of, I don't know if you've seen it. Have you ever seen Michael Palin's Ripping Yarns? They were out in like the 80s. And one of the episodes was based in Burma. And yeah, it was to do with like the claw. It was like the claw or something, something like that. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but that was based in, yeah, that story was kind of like based in Burma. I don't know what I'm thinking of. It'll come to me eventually, where I'm thinking of. It'll come to me. So how's life in Burma? What did you go there for? Was it love? Was it work? Was it just traveling and you just fell in love with the place? What took you over there? That's really interesting. Been really interesting conversation to find out a little bit more about you. It's good to learn about different people that come on here and venture. Teaching, cool. What do you teach? Do you teach English over there? So yeah, you'll find, like I say, you'll find a bit of all sorts on this channel. Like I say, I do a lot of lives. I am trying to do more lives through the week to kind of, well, like I say, to sort of like connect on a more one-to-one, more of an authentic level, but also to kind of attract new viewers as well and a new audience, people that might resonate with some of the stuff that I talk about on here. English, the universe put me here. I'm a bit confused myself. Oh, why so? Why are you confused? What's going on? Let's see if we can help. If you want to share, of course. If you don't want to share, then that's fine as well. Alex, hello. Art is the language of the soul. You can say that again. Art is the language of the soul. Hello, Alex. How are you doing? How's your day been? Well, it'll be, what, afternoon for you over there in the States? you been writing any more music, Alex? Or doing any ditties, having a bit of a play on your guitar? I had a bit of a plunk earlier this afternoon. I thought, oh, I'll have a little bit of a twiddle. I feel like I'm in a nearly constant state of processing, but net positive today. What does processing feel like for you? Do you feel like you're kind of like in a, do you feel like you're in a little bit of a stasis place where you don't know how to kind of like move forward? Do you feel a bit stuck with it sometimes? Because it can have that effect when you're processing stuff. It can leave you a little bit kind of, right, what do we do now? What am I supposed to be doing? What am I supposed to be feeling? It can leave you in that kind of like, it's almost a bit like a limbo state, really. You got a job offer, seemed exciting, a bit boring now, but I'm looking forward to Christmas. Off to Baga. Definitely a ley line hotspot. Ooh, ley lines. There's a subject to get into, ley lines. Are you into your kind of mystical, witchy, pagany, druidy sort of stuff, your ley lines and what have you? There's definitely a lot of truth in ley lines because of where the different places are in the world where there's various monuments have been, well, such as, you got Stonehenge, which is like a massive motorway, spaghetti junction of ley lines going through Glastonbury and around Stonehenge, and then you've got all the ones that go like through the UK as well, and they're always very closely connected to water. So water is a great conductor of energy, as we know. So yeah, there's a lot of connections to it, and with spiritual activity, spiritual awareness. There's a lot of people that go to Glastonbury because of the energy that's there, and it's the same for places like everywhere. Every other country has these ley lines and these junctions of energy, and some places, when you see on like ghost hunting shows and what have you, where there's a lot of like paranormal activity happens because of the ley lines and the energy. Daniel Rowe, oh, my better half is here. Hello, Daniel. Say hello to Daniel, everybody. Hi again. Yeah, we used to watch a lot of, me and Dan, we used to watch a lot of paranormal shows. We don't watch them as much now, but they often talked about like ley lines and these junctions of energy pathways and what have you. So I don't know if you've ever, I don't know if any of you have ever seen, but on, I think it's season 1 of Clarkson's Farm, he does a bit of dowsing with the rods actually to try and follow the pathways of water, and it was really interesting. Even he couldn't get his head around like where 2 points of water would cross, and the dowsing rods would cross to say that he was over like this point of water, this junction of water. He just couldn't get his head around how it worked. So yeah, there's definitely something in it. I think bodies of water are good for the spirit, not only nourishing the body but the soul as well. Yeah, especially like salty water places. They often say like, is it the Dead Sea? The salt in the Dead Sea is supposed to be really, but I mean Himalayan salt. Anywhere that's got a lot of salt and that sort of nutrient, even like the ocean and what have you, of course, really good for cleansing and nourishing and what have you. I've been to those places: Mount Shasta, Sedona. Wow, you are well travelled, Carl. Well travelled. Some really, really powerful places. Machu Picchu. You'll have to get yourself there. That'll be the next place to go. There was a documentary on TV about that the other day, Machu Picchu, and about how they were trying to get it and how they tried to find it and like rediscovering it and what have you. It's quite interesting. I didn't get it all. Didn't get it all watched. I know, half a story, Ian, half a story. If you're going to tell us something, make it interesting and make it worthwhile. I know, I'm sorry, I do apologize. Yes, absolutely, Carl. Yeah, they are. They are the Earth's energy. Because Canterbury, Stonehenge, Canterbury, I think that is the Earth's heart chakra. I do believe, if I remember rightly. So you got all these different points, all these energy signatures that come together, and they follow the pathway. And the various pathways around the Earth. I wonder how, like, when we have sort of earthquakes and things and the tectonic plates get moved, I wonder how that affects ley lines, or if it affects them at all. I don't know. I suppose it's a bit like when we're kind of processing things and dealing with stuff, then we have to kind of like purge it and release it and stuff, don't we? So I suppose it's just the Earth doing the same thing. It's releasing and purging and all this energy that gets built up, and it has to just kind of like let it go, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, over the years, you kind of like you pick up like little bits of like knowledge, and like you don't like fully take it all in because there's that much to sort of like think about and remember. But you kind of like you're taking little nuggets of information. You kind of like hold on to it. I still geek out daily on how many energies abound. I grew up very closed off or something, but I feel something ancient, something special here. I do know. Yeah, it's because we're all we're all becoming aware, we're all waking up to our true energy. We're all coming up to growing up. We're all waking up to the truth of who we really are. We're all feeling that energy, and it can be very overwhelming and overpowering at times. So yeah, it's just something that we're all going through, and we're all experiencing it at different kind of like vibrational resonances. Airheads, welcome, welcome, welcome. Have you been in here already? Have I been ignoring you? I hope not. How much faith do you put in crystal? Oh, sorry, I've missed some of your messages. Oh no, you said something about the body of the water. How much faith do you put in crystals? You know, I used to use crystals a lot, and I still have them, and I do still use them, but I don't use them as much because I just don't feel that I need to. And I think crystals, they are something really mystical and very powerful, and they enter people's lives when they need to, when people need them, just to sort of push them past a point within themselves. If something needs healing, then they need something to sort of like push them past or open them up or make them aware of something. And I think crystals have a really good way of doing that. Sometimes I think people have too much faith in them and think that they're going to solve all of the problems. But they're definitely there for a tool to help guide us and to make us more aware of different things. Lewis is here as well. Wow. We've got loads and loads of people in. Loads of people. Hello, Lewis. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So yeah, I do feel that crystals definitely they certainly served a purpose for me in helping me to kind of understand energy a little bit more, open my energy up a little bit more, raise my frequency and my vibration. And even today, I've put some crystals on today that I'm wearing, and within 5 minutes of putting them on, I just felt, I felt like amazing. I felt really good. I just felt really like daft and high and happy. It was really weird. Within like just a few minutes of putting them on, I had this wonderful, just overriding feeling. I'm from the original New Age movement. Crystals were a major part. I'm still fascinated by them, but I don't put much faith in them. I know they can store information and energy. Yeah, they do store information, they do store energy. I think a lot of people think that they can like hold negative energy. I don't really think crystals hold negative energy because they're quite high vibrational anyway. And what we often talk about is if you're of a high vibration, then negative energy can't like stay there, and it can't remain there. It's a bit like the light and the dark. You know, you need to have the light to see the dark, but the dark won't exist without the light. So it's kind of like it's those polar opposites. Yeah, but I don't think that kind of like crystals store the energy as like the negative energy as such. But I think we do every now and again need to kind of maybe help the vibration of them a little bit by putting them in the sun, putting them in the moon, maybe using some sage to cleanse them, just to maybe raise the frequency a little bit. But yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of different things that's said about crystals, and I think you just got to go with your own intuition and your own gut on them. I mean, I went for, when I first started using crystals, I was very, very good at being able to pick up crystals and hold them, and I would know exactly what the crystal was going to do for me. Can I share a short poem? I'm not fully sure if I know the meaning, but I liked how it felt when it came out. Yeah, sure, Alex, go for it. Go for it. Yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I was like, when I used to hold the crystals, I kind of like knew what they would do, and I would visualize and see lots of different things when I would use them and hold them. And I would do all the processes. I would do all the cleansing. I would do all the cleansing and the sage and all, and putting in the moon and the manifestation and the intention setting and all that sort of stuff. But after a while, I just thought, you know, they don't really feel any different. And then it kind of like, part of me was just kind of like thinking, well, is it more just my ego that thinks that all this stuff's helping, and the crystals don't actually need it? And I don't think they do, because they're a form of the earth, they're a form of nature, and I think nature's one of the most powerful forms that we can use to help us heal. So who are we to say, oh, well, that's got negative energy attached to it, you know, when in actual fact, I don't think they have. I don't know, but you know, we all have different belief systems and structures. So, yeah. But over the years, your beliefs and your understandings do just change, because you evolve as a soul, as a person, and as an intuitive being, you just develop. Bright through my eyelids, burning papyrus, my ancients lie still in their sleep. The river is mindless, smooth crescent moon iris, the bleeding might kill for a sheep. Hey, I'm back. Hello, Fish Bob Jr. Be careful with manifestation, you might get in the way of your own good. That's a very true point, very good point. Yeah, I don't get too wrapped up in it, to be fair. I kind of like, I follow what I feel. I follow my intuition. Because again, you know, with manifestation, who are we? It's funny actually you say that, actually, because when I did a live earlier, I was talking about like, life isn't meant to be perfect. Life is about learning, and about self-awareness and development. And you know, if everything was perfect in life, then we wouldn't have achieved anything, or we won't learn anything. And also the fact that what we sometimes see in other people, we might see that as being a perfect life, but actually behind the screen is totally it's a totally different reality to what you're seeing. This is why I like to do this kind of like one-to-one authentic stuff, where I can connect and speak openly and freely. Where was I going with this? What was it you'd said? About so this thing about perfection, and I was actually saying about manifestation, you know, how a lot of the time people talk about manifestation, and they'll put these things in action, you know, they'll sit with it, they'll meditate with it, they'll do this, they'll do that, they'll visualize it, they emotionally connect to it, they've already got it, and then they say, well, why isn't it here, you know, the ego keeps coming in all the time, because they think that it should be here now, because they think with their ego that it should be here now. Why isn't it here yet? So it's a really good, valid point that you raised there, and quite poignant as well that you bring that up after that live this morning. How very intuitive of you, very intuitive. Nature is one of the most pure essence, and I think that is incorruptible. We've done horrible things to the earth, but it survives and bounces back to thrive every single time. Nature just works around us. Nature doesn't care about us, really. We need the earth to survive on. They keep talking about all this climate change, that the earth's dying. The earth's fine. There's nothing wrong with the earth. It's a lot of it is the control, to bring control mechanisms in, and to brainwash people with the problem reaction solution malarkey that they like to do. But the earth has been here for billions of years, and it's been through various different stages of incarnation and growth and creation and life, but the earth continues, nature continues, nature just works around us. So if everybody died, and there was no life left on earth, well, there'd be nature, but there wouldn't be us. The earth and nature would thrive quite happily. It would just continue without us quite easily, very easily. Again, it comes down to the egoic mind that we think we need to control this, we need to control that. It's all about, people are always wanting to control. It's not about control, it's about allowing nature to be nature. We are nature. We are a connection to nature. So as soon as we start to control nature, we're trying to control ourselves. And that again, it just doesn't work. It's what I've just been talking about. It just does not work. Yeah, we can have aspirations to do this, we can do that, we can do things what we want to do in life. But sometimes if we have too much control and don't allow ourselves to just move and flow with our own intuitive ability, we just get stuck. We get stuck in the fact that we think we need to control everything, and that just creates frustration and tension. We need to surrender and just allow life. If we allow life to flow through us, then we have a clearer connection to nature and to everyone around us. But if we're always wanting to control, then yeah, that's when resistance comes up. I knew a guy they called Fish. I think he was a Jared, but I wouldn't forget him. My friends call me Bob. Bob. Well, it's lovely to have you here, Bob. I hope you've subscribed, because it's been lovely having you here. And it's been quite a good mix of energies and from people in the chat tonight. And I always say that whoever's meant to be here is meant to be here. And who isn't meant to be here, Alex will kick out, or I will kick out one of us. You can't always get what you want. Very good, Carl, very good. Jesus, the earth will still be around even without humans. Very true. Better place. Very true, very true. What am I on with? What am I doing? Oh yeah. Right, so we're gonna put a bit of a petal there and just try to create some. I think G wants like a YouTube live slumber party or something. I don't know. Like, someone said to me that was it today or no? It's yesterday. Somebody wanted me just to stay on live all day. Like, I do have a life. I do have a life. I stumbled across this live and subbed instantly. I thank you, sir. Thank you, Bob. Very kind of you. I'm so pleased to have you here. I'm so pleased you've subscribed. In Stanky. Is there really folks that do a 24-hour stream? Sometimes, you know, like, it makes you wonder, like, what do these people do? Like, there's a lot of things that you see, like, where people say, like, oh, this is how I make this video. And they would show themselves, they would have all these different positions of the camera to be, and they would show themselves driving along. Then they'd have to get out the car, get the camera, put the camera back in the car, drive here, then get out, and they'd show the position from all these different angles that they have to do to create these videos, to show them like a day in their life or whatever, or their morning in video. And I just think, I really couldn't be asked. I couldn't be asked with all the back and forth of this, the that. I'm just, oh my God. I mean, just doing a few videos, like a couple of videos a week is kind of like, it's enough. And then doing a live, and then all the stuff in between with the therapy work and whatever that I do, you know, that's enough. I just, you know, I don't know, maybe just people just don't have enough joy in their life or something. I don't know. Really don't know. My favorite Pokemon? No, I don't really do Pokemon. Some people do it for a week. What, alive, 24/7? Slippery slope. Even I started seeing every experience as content. It can get muddy, and I was always mindful going in. Yeah, I think you need to be. I think there needs to be like a level where you just kind of, yeah, that's for you. That part of your day, your life is for you, and then you can do that little bit to, you know, to do that. If it's going to be of some support, or of some service, or of some help to somebody, then you can do that. Yeah. Team Mario or Luigi? So Mario for me. Hey Mario, can we see some of your artwork? You can indeed. I'm just on with this one currently. This is the one that I'm on with at the minute. So we're on with that at the minute. The dog's called Poppy, hence the poppies. I'm just really tried to isolate over the past few years to concentrate on healing mind, body and spirit. I'm still brokenhearted about my wife's death 2 years ago, now 10, 14, but I am in a much, I think there's more to come, better place. I've just had to open my heart and mind to do some self-healing. Bless you. Bless you. So I keep the camera down a lot. I like sharing, but I like knowing who is watching. Like, I am more likely to share things one-on-one. Yeah. It's good to have sometimes a more intimate connection with people, especially people that you trust as well, because you don't know who's going to come across it. I thought the dog was on drugs. Well, this is the picture that I've been working on. So that dog is high on life. So yeah, so we'll show you around. We'll show you around a little bit. So obviously we've got that one there. So what have we got? So we've got up there, we've got the Buddha, which I did that one for a friend of mine who wanted it for. Oh, sorry, Carl. It was a poppy opium joke, fell flat. I'm right. Yeah, it totally went over my head. Yeah, so we got that one. That was for a friend's therapy room, but then she didn't want it, so I kept it. Got that one, which I called Mirror, because it's about kind of like your thoughts create your reality. We've got this one, which is kind of like a triplicate 3-piece. So we've got like the universe, and then we've got the body, the connection to the universe and the earth, and then we've got the earth underneath. We've got that one, which I've been doing on a live, which is obviously the Eiffel Tower. We've got that one behind, which is a wave crashing against a rock called the Crash. We've got this one, which is of our last dog, Rooney. And then over here, we have got these 2 pieces, like the lotus flower ones collection, I call them. I did these during COVID when we were in lockdown, so I did a lot of art during lockdown. So we've got them. I did actually sell a couple of these that I did, but I did them especially for them. And then we've got some guitar ones, because obviously I play guitar as well. So I did them years and years and years ago. And then we've got the sunflower, some of my spirit guides that I connect to. And then we've got another Buddha. I've got that, which is a really, really old painting, which was kind of like supposed to be like a Bob Ross. And we've got that one, which is like a channeled piece of art. Yeah, and then that's my little kind of altar-y bit. And then we're back over here. So there you go. Little tour, little excursion. Okay, Alex, thanks for popping in. Take care, brother. Nice to see you. And hopefully see you again soon. Your inner mind one reminds me of astral projection. Yeah, interesting. I want to start painting in the next few years. Bye, Milk. Yeah, see you later, Alex. So, what do we do now? Where's the green gone? Is that it there? Oh yeah, that's the same one. So I'm probably going to have to let this dry a bit because paint I'm putting on now is not, it's kind of like just floating on top of the paint underneath. It's not quite dried yet. Normally acrylics tend to dry quite quickly, but it must have been quite wet when it went on, maybe, I don't know. Maybe I need a bit more. Bit more. What is it? It's like oh, it's emerald. Emerald green. We were just talking about crystals as well. And I'm using emerald green. Do 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 do. So, oh, the mandalas. Yeah, I love doing mandalas. I'll show you a few actually that I've done. I did them on some coasters ages ago. I did them when I was on lives as well. 2 seconds, I'll show you. Yeah, I like doing mandalas. They've faded a little bit now. They're not as vibrant as they were, but I did like them like that. And then there's that one. And that one's more like square. Oop. And that one, like a yellowy one. Well, it's a shame because when I did them and then I inked over them, but then when I rubbed all the pencil out, the sort of like, it ruined them a little bit. It smudged the ink slightly. Which is a shame. And I got these ones. These are like my black and white collection. Oh, they're stuck together now as well. Oh no, there we go. Got them ones like that. They are very like kind of like mindful, you know, when you're drawing them and creating them and putting them together. I always cock up on them. I always like sort of balls them up a little bit, but I kind of find a way around trying to make them match and what have you. But they are quite tricky to get the symmetry right and getting the measurements and everything right. But I do quite like doing them, like I say, because they are quite good for your kind of like your mindfulness and concentration and things. So, but yeah, hey ho. Do, 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 do. See you later, Milky. a good guy, Alex. He's been traveling a little bit recently around the States. Got to get back to bed. I've enjoyed watching your stream. Keep with the good work. You relax me. I'm subscribed, so hope to see you again. Oh, thank you very much for subscribing, and I hope to see you again as well. It's been really interesting and really good to have you here with your depth of knowledge, and I'm going to head off as well. So thank you to everybody that's been here this evening, today, and joining in the conversation and talking about different things. But it's been wonderful to have you here as always. Thank you for giving me the thumbs up and the loves, the subscriptions and following. And yeah, I'll see you in another live very soon. I've got a new video coming out tomorrow, Friday. So Mondays and Fridays are new video days at 8 p.m. UK time. Yeah, and then the next one after that obviously will be Monday. So Friday and Monday, a couple of new videos. And thank you, Airheads. Thank you very much for being here. Always cool to have you here as well. And yeah, so see you again soon in the not too distant future. Toodaloo for now. Bye bye, everybody.